Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to our English class. Today, let's start with English grammar. In that, let's move on to first chapter, that is parts of speech. So, you have already learned parts of speech, right? Let us recollect them. First is noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. Now, first coming to noun. Let's see what is a noun. What is a noun? Yes, you are right. A noun is a name of a person, place, animal, or thing. So, noun is a word that contains person, place, thing, or idea. For person, you can give name of some person, Amit. Then for place, you can give Delhi. Then for thing, you can give toy. Then for idea, it is nothing but the feeling, that is bravery, happiness, anger, then sorrow, all comes under idea. Understood? So the feelings. Okay. Now let us see the example for a noun. So here they are given the example for a person, Sachin, place, Taj Mahal, thing, books, idea they have given bravery. Now you are clear? Okay. So even you have learned different types of nouns, right? In this chapter, let us learn few types. Okay. In that, let us recollect only the few types of nouns. First, coming to the common noun. A common noun names any person, place, thing, or idea. Common nouns are not capitalized unless they come at the beginning of the sentence. So, common noun, it refers to just a person, okay, like a girl, boy, then tiger, then bat, ball, then idea, bravery, like that. But it is not capitalized because as it comes in the center of the sentence, it is not capitalized. You should not write in the capital letter. Only when it comes at the starting of the sentence, you have to write it in a capital letter. Understood? Okay. For example, tiger is a ferocious animal. You can take. So, tiger becomes a common noun. As it comes at the starting of the sentence, you can write it in the capital letter. So, here they are given few examples for common noun. That is teacher, baseball, city. Next comes the proper noun. Name of particular person, place, thing, animal. So, where they have given a particular name for a person. Okay. For example, they have given here Rashid Minhas was a brave soldier. So, Rashid Minhas is the name of a brave soldier. So, it becomes a proper noun. It is a special name given. So, Pakistan is our dear homeland. So, Pakistan is a special name. So, it becomes a proper noun. Okay. The cow is a useful animal. So, you know the cow is a common noun, but it is coming at the starting of the sentence. So, they have been capitalized. So, it becomes a proper noun. Understood? Collective noun refers to a group of things as one whole. That is where if there is a collection of people or a collection of persons, many of them are there. So, you will say them as, you will give them a special name like crowd of people. Understood? So, that becomes, crowd becomes a collective noun. So, for example, you can take police, army, fleet, crew, flock, herd. Then even you can take the example of bouquet of flowers. Understood? So these and all comes under collective nouns where they are given special name for a group of particular things. I have given some examples, that is bunch, audience, flock, group, family. So you can say bunch of keys, flock of birds, then group of people, family members, family of members. Okay, a family of members. Next, coming to material noun. A material noun is that what refers to the material or substance from which things are made, such as silver, gold, iron, cotton. So, material noun, it is nothing but the name of a noun where from which the things are being manufactured. Understood? So, here they have given the example glass, wheat, gold, coal. For example, for glass you can take glass door. For gold you can say gold ornament. For cotton you can say cotton cloth. Understood? Okay. Then still more examples you can give, like leather, wool, leather purse, woolen sweater. Okay, so etc. Coming to abstract noun. An abstract noun is a thing that you cannot see, touch, or place in the box. You cannot touch, or you cannot see, or you cannot place them in one place. So examples is love, friendship, happiness, peace, responsibility, then fear, anger, then goodness, kindness. Next. Yes, you are right. Childhood, boyhood, sickness, etc. All these comes under abstract noun. Okay. Let us see how we can form abstract nouns from adjectives, verbs and common nouns. Okay. So few I will read for you, and you can go through the video or you can go through your textbook, that is page number 4. Okay. I'll read just few. Let's see how the adjective becomes an abstract noun. Okay. That is brave becomes bravery. Understood? It becomes an abstract noun. Then broad becomes breadth. Okay. Then cruel, cruelty. Deep, depth. So this is how the adjectives are changed into abstract noun. Let's see how we can obtain abstract nouns from verbs. Okay. Few I'll read for you. So verb, it is act. Act becomes action. Advise becomes advice. Admit becomes admission. Arrive becomes arrival. Understood? So even this is there in page number 4. You can go through it. Okay. Once. And next, coming to abstract noun from common noun. So how the common nouns changes into abstract noun. Let us see. So boy is a common noun. So it becomes boyhood. Okay. Captain, captaincy. Then child becomes childhood. Friend becomes, yes, you are right, friendship. Okay. Mother becomes motherhood. Okay. So etc. So they have given in page number 5. You can glance once. Okay. So now, yes, you know that, right? Still more different kinds of nouns are there. So that is singular and plural noun, right? If it is single in person, you say it as singular noun. If more than one is there, you say it as plural nouns. Then masculine noun, feminine noun. Masculine is given for a male. Understood? Masculine noun for male gender. Then feminine is given for female gender. Understood? So for example, you can take masculine man, female you can take woman. Understood? Countable and uncountable nouns. Right? You have already learnt about countable and uncountable nouns. That is, countable is which can be counted. The things that can be counted becomes countable nouns. The things you cannot count, that becomes uncountable nouns. So examples for countable becomes, yes, you can give books, pencils, understood, erasers, etc. Then for uncountable you can give salt, water, oil, then yes, ghee, then still more. Even you can take rava also. Can you count rava there? No, you can't. Suji. And one more is rice you can take. Understood? Soup, etc. Okay. Coming to pronouns. Pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. You know that, right? In place of noun we use pronoun. Okay. We won't repeat the same name. Instead of that we use pronoun there. Like he, she, I, this, that, etc. Okay. Let's move on to different types of pronouns. First, let us see personal pronouns. So, in a grammatical sense, a personal pronoun is a pronoun that is related mainly to a particular person. Personal pronouns are not limited to people and can also refer to animals and objects. So, personal pronoun, it is given to a particular person. Even for animals you can give, or even for objects also you can give. So, in this we have got different this thing, that is the first person, second person and the third person. Okay, first person is a person who will start this thing to the second, then to the third. Okay, in a singular, that is first coming to in a singular, first person is I. So for I, what is the plural form? We. Then my and my for my, what is the plural form? Our. Then for mine, ours. Then for me, us is the plural form. Then who is the second person? You. Understood? First person is the person who is talking. Then second person becomes to whom he is talking. Okay? To whom he is discussing. That is you. So, singular is also you, plural is also you. Then your only. Yours, yours. You. Understood? So, next comes the third person. Who is that third person? That is the another fellow, that is he for singular. He, she, it. Then for plural you will use they. Then his, her, hers, its, singular. Then for plural their, theirs. Then for singular, that is the third person, him, her, it. Then plural becomes them. Okay, so you can go through this table to become still more clear. So once if you see this table, you can understand still more clear what I explained you. With the explanation, if you see the table, you will be clear. Okay, I is given for the subject pronoun, right? That is, you are talking about subject there. Okay, then possessive pronoun is nothing but where you got position, that is the position, that is ownership, that is mine. Okay, my, mine. Okay, ours, like that. Then object pronouns, that is for objects, that is me, us. Understood? He, him, it. Understood? Clear? Next, let's move on to demonstrative pronouns. So what are demonstrative pronouns? Demonstrative pronouns are used to show or identify one or a number of pronouns that may be for or near in distance or time. They are only 4 in number. That is where the thing is. Whether it is in a distance or it is too far or it is very near. Understood? For that we use it as, we say use demonstrative pronouns. So what are they? So that is this, that. Okay, this, that. When the things is near and it is also singular. This means when the thing is near. That means when the thing is far away from you. For that you use it, that. That is for singular pronouns. Okay. Then for plural, this thing you use these for nearest one. Those for far ones. Understood? Clear with the demonstrative pronoun? Yes. Next, let's move on to relative pronouns. Relative pronouns take a place of nouns or pronouns. They are called relative pronouns because they always relate back to something or someone else. They are used to join sentences about the same person or thing. So what is relative pronouns? Because it joins two sentences there. Understood? Either, that is, it will be in the center, right? Back to something, then someone else. Understood? So it will help in the joining the sentence. Okay. For example, they have given here some pronouns here, relative pronouns. That is who. Will replace the subject there. That is I, she. For that you can use who. For example, this is a man who broke the window. This is a man. He broke the window. You will not say. You will say who broke the window. Then whose. Okay. That is ownership. She knew the family whose house we bought. Understood? Whose. Then whom. That is replacing the object. Okay. Me, her, him, all those things. That is, they have found a lady whom they want to interview. Understood? Whom they want to interview. For which my precious blue lamp which was in the room was broken. Understood? That is the precious blue lamp, that is which was in the room was broken. Then that. Okay. The lamp that was in the room was broken. Understood? So this is the way how we use relative pronouns in the sentence, where it joins two different sentences together. Understood? Okay. But they both are related to each other. Okay. Coming to interrogative pronouns. So interrogative pronouns are used to ask questions. So where you ask questions, whose, who, how, which, whom, what. Understood? So this and all comes under interrogative pronouns. Coming to indefinite pronouns. Pronouns which are not known which nouns are used are called indefinite noun pronouns. So where you don't know which nouns are used, okay, that is anybody, everybody, nobody, anyone. Understood? This and all comes under indefinite pronouns. Okay, so when these things comes, you have to mention it as indefinite pronouns. Examples: nobody else offered to go out, so nobody else. Then there is nothing interesting in the book. No one believes them. Understood? Everything was ready for the party. So everything was ready. Was there anyone? Understood? Then would you like something to drink? Someone knows where she is. Everybody loves Mary. Understood? Everybody becomes a indefinite pronoun. Understood? We don't know which noun is used. That is called as indefinite pronouns. And the last is, I think this is somebody else's coat. Understood? Somebody else. You don't know who's that. Okay? So that also becomes a indefinite pronoun. Now let's move on to distributive pronouns. So the pronouns which refer to persons or things one at a time are called distributive pronouns. So where person or things one at a time. Okay, either this or that. Understood? So that and all comes under distributive pronoun. You can, that is example, either this or that, neither he or she, then each, any one of them. Okay, that is anyone at a time. So you can drink either tea or coffee, anything you can take. Then she can neither see TV nor play. Each of us bought the book. So one of us has brought the book. Give the chocolate to each. That is, give the chocolate to each. Understood? So this and all comes under distributive pronouns. Now let's move on to reciprocal pronouns. We use reciprocal pronouns when two or more people do the same thing. So when two or more are doing the same thing, the boys are fighting one another. So they both are fighting. Understood? So both are doing the same thing. Tina and Mary are talking to each other. So they both are talking there. Understood? Where the two persons are doing the same thing. For that we use reciprocal pronoun. I hope you all understood what I taught you today in this class, right? That is nouns and pronouns. So, and the worksheet is page number 5. You have to do in the grammar book, page number 5. That is, underline the nouns in the sentences and say what kind of nouns they are. That is common, a proper, collective or abstract. Then second main comes is, rewrite these sentences by changing the nouns into their plural form. You have to change them into the plural form. That is, an orange grows on a tree. So here, orange is a noun, right? Tree is also a noun, right? Oranges grow on trees. Understood? So I have to change it into plural form. Then correct these sentences. So there is a mistake in this sentence. You have to correct it. So that is, you have hurt my feeling. So here what is the mistake there? Yes, feeling will not come there. You have to change it into feelings. Okay, you have hurt my feelings. Understood? So you have to do these three means. And also page number 7, that is, complete each sentence using a suitable pronoun. Okay, you have to use the suitable pronoun there which comes there. Then choose the right word there. There is an option there in each sentence. You have to choose the right word. Then for third main, complete each sentence with a pronoun ending with self and selves. That is, themselves, themselves, like that. Okay, understood? Then fill in the blanks with a suitable relative or interrogative pronoun. So you have to check it and you have to write it whether you have to use relative or interrogative pronoun. Then these two are the worksheets for this week. Okay, you have to complete these two worksheets. So without fail, complete all the worksheets which I am giving. That too in the textbook only you can do it. If you doesn't have the textbook, then you have to write it in your homework book. Okay, and without fail write it, because we will be correcting it and we are giving the attendance also. Okay, I hope you have understood what I taught you today about nouns and pronouns. So thank you, students. Stay home, stay safe. See you in the next class soon. Okay, bye bye, take care.